Hel- Hello, Noble.
Hello, ma'am. How are you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How was your week before we get into this?
Oh, my week was great. Very low key. Nothing too crazy. Just, staying in my peace.
Staying in your peace, getting
Yeah.
your money and staying out the way?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I heard that. I was courtside at the basketball game tonight.
I saw.
You saw me?
Yes. How
Yeah.
was the game?
The game was great. A lot of fun. Great time.
Yes.
Uh, just last minute decided that I wanted to go to this specific game. Hit up my dad, was like, yo, what you doing this Friday? Are you going to be available to like go to a game? And he was like, yeah, I'll be available to go to a game.
Yes.
So, you know, um, we went there. He didn't know that we were sitting courtside either. I surprised him. So it was
What? Okay, so you went with your dad.
yeah, I went with my dad. I took my dad with me.
Oh, I know he was so
If
excited. I know he enjoyed that.
if you were here, I would have taken you, but you weren't here, so I just had to take my dad instead.
Oh, well, you probably would have been annoyed by me because I would have been asking you all the questions. So
You wouldn't have had the opportunity to ask me a bunch of questions like during the middle of a basketball game though.
I wouldn't. Why not?
Because it's just too much going on to be having a full on conversation with someone.
I guess so. That's why I said you'll probably be annoyed by me because I'll be like, what is that? The only thing I know is, hey, they scored. And what team were you rooting for to win? And did they win?
I mean, I was rooting for the Timberwolves to win. I really went to the game because I didn't even know that they were playing the Memphis Grizzlies today. I just like learned it
Mhm.
like a couple days ago. They sent me an email and I was like, oh, I want to go see like Ja Morant play in person. So that's what I did. But I didn't
Mhm.
want I didn't want to go to the game by myself though. So
Yeah.
like I said, I hit up my dad and I was like, what you got going on this Friday evening? I was like, can you go to a game? And he was like, yes, I can go to a game. So we went to the game. But yeah, but like, listen, courtside, baby, listen, I could never ever go back and forth with a supposed to be grown man that's a professional panhandler on TikTok. I just can't do it. I just
Okay, I did hear you say that. So what happened? Unravel that.
we're not gonna talk about it.
We're
We're
not
not gonna talk
okay.
about it respectfully.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give anyone any light. I'm not
Okay.
going to give anyone any shine that doesn't deserve it.
Mhm.
But maybe I'll tell you about it another day, but only if I feel like
Okay.
it. But I'm probably not going to talk about it though.
Hey, it's your story to
This
tell, but I feel you on that. Definitely don't give energy to no one that doesn't deserve it, especially negativity.
Bree Bree has entered the chat. Tech Bay has entered the chat. Bree, I hope you had a great day, love. I hope you are doing well tonight. I hope you had a great week. Bree, I went to the Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies game today and I sat courtside, Bree. I sat courtside right under the basket. I got I got if you watch the story on my main page, you can see it. So it was lit, Bree, and that was just I just did that that was just some last minute stuff, Bree. I decided last minute that I wanted to go sit courtside at the basketball game. Last minute. Um. So Bree, hopefully when I come to Dallas, hopefully a rough and interesting week. I hope you guys had a great week as well. Well, I am sorry that you had a little bit of a rough week, Bree. You know how life gets. It be like
Mhm.
that sometimes, but you are going to recharge this weekend. You are going to get rejuvenated and you are going to have a much better week next week. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere right now.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, so as you know, um, that specific person, that sounds like fun. We got to go to a Mavs game. That's what I'm saying, Bree. When I come to Dallas, you need to pay for the tickets though. You need to pay for the tickets, and you need to get me to the arena. Whatever I want when I'm at the arena, you need to pay for it because I'm gonna be the guest in your city. So you need to like treat me like the guest, like welcome me with open arms, take care of me while I'm out there. It doesn't matter that you're the woman. Um, but yeah, so as you know, June, that specific person, that I made my son, because I'm a single father now. I made that, I made him my son. You know, I disown him.
Okay.
She said, "I'll pay for the tickets, but it ain't gonna be courtside." Bree,
Oh.
I'll be honest with you, Bree. If I go to the game, we need to sit courtside, Bree. Bree, if I go to the game, we need to sit courtside. If we not sitting courtside, then we need to be in a box. And if we're not gonna be sitting court, and if we can't do the box, then we need to be at least like 1 to 3 rows behind courtside. But we definitely cannot be on the upper level, and I'm not a mid-level guy either. I'm not even just talking. Like I'm not even listen, y'all listen, I'm not then you paying, I got you on dinner. No, Bree, I'm gonna be the guest. You need to welcome me with open arms and take care of me while I'm out there. Because when you come to Minneapolis, I'm gonna welcome you with open arms and I'm gonna take care of you while you out here. Whatever you say, it's a go. Um, but yeah, so you know, that person, like I told you the other day, they, told their people to go mass report my page. And I had you and a lot of other people write on my behalf. Bree,
Mm-hmm.
thank y'all so much. I love y'all, appreciate y'all so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my page back, but then coincidentally, like Tuesday, I don't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, my page was like permanently banned for like 10 minutes again, like out of nowhere.
Are you serious?
Yes, like out of nowhere, it was banned for like 10 minutes. I was like,
What was the
okay,
reason? Did it have a reason? What's
there
going on?
wasn't no legitimate reason. That's why I got it back so fast. It was only banned for like 10 minutes. But
Crazy.
so I had just went live
Mm-hmm.
temporarily on my main page, and like it was like
Mm-hmm.
shadow banned. It was completely shadow banned. Like when I go live, like I got a lot. My live stream gets pushed out. As you know, you're a moderator. You know what it be. It wasn't even like
Mm-hmm.
getting pushed out to 10 people. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to just go live on my backup page. And
Oh, okay.
if I feel like going live tomorrow on my main page, we'll try it again. She said,
Right.
I usually sit in the lower level near the goal. I have no business being in Minneapolis. I'm going to be your business. I'm going to be your business. I'm going to be the reason that you need to be in Minneapolis. I'm going to be the business that you have in Minneapolis. But if you sit near the goal, then that's okay. We can do that. We can do that. That's cool, Bree. But look, I want to play this audio. I want to play this
Mm-hmm.
audio for you, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to get your opinion on it. I want to get your perspective on it. To the
Okay.
ladies that's in here, I want to know what y'all opinions are, how y'all feel about this audio that I'm about to play. Cause I don't know, June. I just think certain things is just getting completely out of hand. Um, I know you
I'm
can't.
nervous.
I know you can't see my green screen
Mm-hmm.
right now, but let me read. Let me read what it says to you before I play it.
Okay.
It says It says she went on a date with a guy who paid for everything and plus more. At the end of the date, she still wasn't satisfied because the guy didn't pay for her valet. She left unfulfilled. What do y'all think about this? Do you think she was wrong? Shantae, what's good? So look, let me go get something to drink real quick. Give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Take your time. Hi, everybody in Noble's Live. Make sure you're tapping the screen to push this live out. For anyone that has joined his live before, you know what it is. Just tap, tap, tap. And we're going to get into this. That's already a crazy scenario. I'm nervous about this audio. I hope it's not too crazy. The scenario is already crazy. I could only imagine what this audio is going to be like, y'all. I can't see if y'all are typing anything because we're co-hosting, so I can't see his chat.
My girl Bree said she gonna get some seats, but they not gonna be courtside. OC, really quick. I'm sorry. OC, I sat courtside at the game tonight, brother. the same week I introduced y'all to my son that I disowned, the same week that I, became a single father. I went, OC, I was bored on Wednesday, bro. I was bored on Wednesday, and I saw that the Timberwolves was playing the Grizzlies, and I was like, well, I feel like going to the game. So I went to the game this Friday. I went to the game today, OC, and sat courtside. I could have got any seat that I wanted to, but I wanted to sit courtside, so that's what I did. And I brought my dad with me. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out, OC. I did that on the same week that I, disciplined my son in front of the world. But let me play this audio. I want to know what everyone in here has to think about this audio that I'm about to play.
Previous date that I've had. So let's do story time. So this is a story just about a previous date that I've had. In the end, I really want to know if I'm wrong for thinking the way that I think. So let me know. Stay tuned, please. Okay, so I get there a little early and I valet. He's like a minute later than me, and I see that he parks across the street instead of choosing to valet. I don't really question it because, to each their own, whatever. And then we go and have our dinner. We end up ordering like 3 courses, appetizer, entree, dessert. We had wine. I was really impressed by his palate. He didn't just stick to like the typical things. He was a little adventurous in what he likes to eat. Also, it was the first date too, and he brought me flowers. I really did like that. They were red and white roses. They were pretty beautiful. So we're getting ready to leave. Mind you, we didn't finish all of our food. So we both have leftover food and the flowers that he gave me. So we're walking to valet, and valet's like, okay, will that be cash or card? And I'm like, card. Okay. So the guy literally does not even attempt to take out his card or like reach in his pocket or anything. Mind you, I have flowers in a hand and I have my leftover food in the hand too. So not only is he not even attempting to not pay for the valet, he's also like completely unbothered with the fact that my hands are full and I can't reach into my purse. So literally the valet guy is like, well, somebody got to pay. So he takes my flowers. So I end up reaching in my bag and paying for the valet because somebody got to pay for it. Mind you, again, while we're having dinner, we're laughing and joking. Everything's going so good. But I'm just so turned off that he didn't even attempt to try to pay for the valet. And I'm really just a little taken back because I don't think I've ever had to pay for my own valet coming from a date, like ever. Like that's kind of weird and it kind of turned me off. So I called my friend afterwards when I got in the car and I was on my way home, and I was like, just kind of explained everything the way I explain everything now. And I was like, girl, like, am I tripping that I'm upset that he didn't pay for my valet or like what? Because this has never happened before. So, I
don't know. Before you speak, Joe. Bree, I see you tapping the screen, love. You do not need to tap the screen, Bree. We on the backup page, and I'm just chilling tonight. I'm feeling really good. I sat at courtside tonight for the second time. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this conversation, listen, keep praying. Dedicate yourself to whatever it is that you're going after in life and keep working hard, all right? Because you can really do whatever it is that you want to do out here. I'm not no motivational speaker, but, I don't get on here trying to inspire people, but I just want to let y'all know that, like, y'all can sit courtside at the basketball game too. Y'all can go to whatever country, whatever hotel y'all want to go to. Y'all can do it too. Okay. So just make sure that you're working hard though, because you gonna have to work hard to do it. But June. So you heard that audio, correct?
I did.
It's sad, June. Listen, I coined a phrase. I call it the airhead bigoted entitlement complex. I made that up myself. I literally made that up myself. Let me say it again for you. The airhead bigoted entitlement complex.
Okay.
So, I think a lot of women have this complex that I made up. And for every woman, where they get it from is different. But I just think it's sad. I love women, obviously, and I try my best to like take up for them. As I'm not like a man's man. I'm not all for men and against women. I just call stuff how I see it, keep it real. I'm down the middle with everything. But like I don't support the passport brothers. You know what I mean? There's a lot of beautiful, great black women here in America that don't fit whatever stereotype and are just overall good women. But when you hear a woman like the woman in this audio, it in a way, even someone like myself who's a man and I don't support the passport brothers, you just kind of understand like what these men are saying. You understand why they just don't even want to subject themselves to dealing with certain things. So this man, initiated a date with her, and we've talked like you're someone you want a man to like approach you and be the initiator of everything. So if I said, June, I'm in your city, let's go out on a date or whatever. Let's go to whatever restaurant, whatever the popping restaurant is in your city. We about to go there, have a good time, whatever. All on me. So I say, pull up at such and such time. You pull up at such and such time, and instead of parking across the street or parking where you could park for free, you take the onus upon yourself to park in valet because I don't know, you're just bougie. You just a bad bee. You got to park in valet. You can't park across the street like all the other regular people and park for free. You got to park in valet like you the one. So I come out the car. Yeah, you the one. I come out the car. I greet you, give you a hug or whatever. I got beautiful flowers in my hand, some beautiful roses in my hand. I'm smelling good. I'm looking good. We go inside, we get seated. We have a great dinner. The conversation is great, the whole night. And now when it's time to go, I decide that I'm not going to pay for your, valet or whatever. Is everything else about the date in vain at this point? Or how do you feel about it? How do you feel about what you heard her say in the audio? Because I'm sorry, June. As a man, when I hear stuff like that, that's just it's given exactly what I said. It's airheaded, bigoted entitlement complex. Like, so everything else that he did just is totally in vain now, simply because he didn't pay for your valet. So forget about the fact that he even initiated a date with you. Forget about the fact that he brought you flowers. Forget about the fact that, the conversation was great. He paid for the food. You even got dessert, whatever it is that you wanted. He made it happen for you. But simply because this man didn't pay the valet, you just want to throw the whole man away. You just want to throw the whole date away. How do you feel about what she said as a woman?
I don't think she said she wants to throw the whole date away. She just was frustrated. And I think that if her expectations or her standards are she wants a man to take care of everything when she goes on a date, then that's her prerogative. She has the right to do that. So I wish I kind of would have heard the comments the friend had said when she called her. Kind of curious what the friend had said to her. But if that's what she wants, that's what it is. And, I don't think there's any need to name call Noble if that is what she likes. wants. If she wants a man that pays for everything when she goes on a date, including valet, then that's what she wants. That's what she's gonna get.
All right, if you say so. But if you were in her position, like again, let's put
Oh,
let's
so
like
we're
let's put it on you. If
okay.
you decided not to park across the street for free, and you decided that you want to park in valet because again, you just the one, you got to park in valet, you just so special. And
Mm-hmm.
after the date or whatever, when y'all are walking out, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously it's just like common courtesy for him to like walk the woman to her car, right? So if your car is in valet and he
Mm-hmm.
decides not to pay for your valet, are you gonna feel some type of way about it?
Um,
Be
I won't
honest.
say I'm not gonna say I would be mad, but I would be kind of questioning things like, okay, a simple valet, like I would, because for me, I'm kind of the same way. Like I like for a man, I like to feel secure with the man. Like I like when I go on a date that he takes care of everything. So that does include like valet. And I won't say that I would throw him all away because he did, get, and I hope that the roses and everything were her favorite flower. He took care of the meal, so I wouldn't throw him all away. But it would just be a discussion that I would just have with him. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad, but I would be a little like, I wonder why he didn't do that, because he obviously didn't want to pay for the valet because he didn't see the value in it, and that's fine. That's his prerogative. But if you're taking a young lady out and you're that type of man where you're like, I want to take care of everything because I'm taking her out on the date, then I don't see why he wouldn't want to pay for my valet. But I wouldn't throw him away. I
Okay,
think it just needs a conversation.
okay, I hear everything you're saying as far as like, well, if that's her standard, if that's what she wants, then it is what it is. But does it not even sound just a tad bit ungrateful? Like what she said in the audio, it don't sound a tad bit ungrateful at all.
I think to me, it didn't come off as if she was degrading everything that he had done previously. But I do think that it could have been handled a little bit better because I think from the audio, he actually took the flowers from her.
Yeah.
So she could be able to go into her own purse and pay.
Right.
And to me, I think that I don't know that does kind of throw off the vibe a little bit. So yeah, I don't think it was ungrateful. I just think again, like for her, it was unsettling for her, and she had a little attitude about it. But I think she would probably go out with him again. She just needs to talk to him about it, and she shouldn't feel bad if that's what she wants. Then she should get that from a guy, because there are guys who do that. I've seen it.
Bree, are you gonna feel some type of way? Bree, one second, June. Bree, are you gonna feel some type of way if you decide to park in valet and the man doesn't pay for the valet? Are you gonna feel some type of way? Are you gonna like look at him funny, or like how would you personally feel about it, Bree? Um. So June, what would the
Mm-hmm.
conversation you said it would like deserve a conversation? What exactly would the conversation like? What would it be about? Like, what would you say to him?
So I would just say, hey, like I would just mention it. I'll be like, so let's pretend his name was John. I'll be like, John, so I had a really good night yesterday. I'm like, and then I would mention the valet. I was like, I thought it was, a little peculiar about the valet. And then he'll be like, how so, or whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of, used to like when I go on a date that, a man takes care of everything. Um, I like to feel secure and know that he got me, I like to be spoiled. And if he's like, wants to call me whatever your name was, biggity, entitled, whatever it was, then I'll be like, okay, that's not the guy for me. But a guy that actually like takes the time out to listen to me and be like, okay, well, I got you, or I understand where you're coming from, and I'll make sure I do that, then that's it. So that's how I would do the conversation. It's not a big deal because it sounds like that was the first date. It sounds like from the audio.
Right.
So it's still early. So if he doesn't meet your standard or what you like, it's still early to be like, on to the next one. You know, if he doesn't feel like he was wrong, or I won't say wrong, if he doesn't feel like he can be able to continue to take care of everything for next date.
So June, in 2023, you and I both know, in 2023, because it's 2023. In 2023, you and I both know that there's a lot of men out here like putting up a front, right? There's a lot of men that are trying to make it seem like they have genuine interest in a woman. You know, they not coming off the wrong way. They not coming off too pushy or anything of the sort. And they actually like presenting themselves as if they're trying to court a specific woman. But then they'll take a woman out on a date, and towards the end of the day, it'll be like, oh, so like, what we doing after this, or like what you on, or you trying to come over, or some of them would just be straight up like, are we about to do like grown folk activities? And like when the woman says no or provides any sort of pushback, it's like, oh, well, okay, well, you're paying for your own food, or I'm not paying for your ride share back to wherever you were going. There are men out here that are like that and like are doing things like that. So being that in 2023, women know that, like, are women still going out on dates with men like without money or without the expectation that there's a possibility of something like that happening? Because I ask because if you know, even if you operating in good faith that this man is not that type of man, you just like, even if it's a 1% chance, there's a 1% chance that he could like move like that. So if you're aware of that, wouldn't you like, even if it's something as simple as just paying for the valet, wouldn't you just have some money with you just in case, and not really feel no type of way about it? Because this guy, he paid for the dinner, he brought the roses, paid for the dessert, bought the drinks, whatever. She in there talking about like, oh, we had 3 different kinds of meals, I like his palate, blah blah blah. But if he decided to not pay for the valet, like however much the valet costs, I don't know, $20, like, you should have been prepared. And I don't think it should really be so big of a deal that you get on the internet and you making videos about it. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm a man. I'm not a woman.
Yeah. So to go back, it sounds like you're asking 2 questions. So can you go back, because you said a whole bunch of stuff. So in 2023, should women come prepared with money? Yes. Okay. So basically, so let's kind of dial it back. So let's assume that first and foremost that he was the one that invited her out. Okay. So I think, yes, regardless, a woman should have money in the account, which, it didn't, from the audio, it doesn't sound like she didn't have the money. It was just the principle, sounds like to me. But I think a woman should have money in her wallet. But if a man invites you out to dinner, and then this is a restaurant that he chose to take you, or based on your palate or what you like, he decided to take you to that restaurant, I think that at the same time, he shouldn't try and change up just because, in your scenario, if he tried to take her home. And I'm assuming he tried to bring up that conversation before the check came, like they were at the table. Yeah. So first and foremost, that probably wouldn't have happened if it were me, because I probably would have stood up and left. So he would have been left with the check either way, because that's disrespectful, because you're coming after my body. So I would have already been like, okay, you're a no-go, you're too immature. So, but to answer your question, yes, a woman should have money. And then let's, do it another way. So say if he didn't invite her or suggest that specific restaurant, but that's the restaurant she brought up, and he was like, okay, let's go to the restaurant. That just means that she's used to that type of environment. So she would already have the money because she goes to places like that on her own. And it's not something that, I guess, out of her budget.
Okay.
Thank you for the taps, LaShawn.
Okay. Okay. But
Mhm.
like, just be real though. Do you not think that there's a lot of women that are like in our age range that for whatever reason have what, you know, Big Noble has created, an airhead, bigoted entitlement complex? Like, do you not think that there's like a good amount of women, not even a good amount, a lot of women in our age range that for whatever reason, they feel like, you know, a man is just supposed to treat them a certain way just because they're a woman or just because they're who they are. Like, you know, a man is just supposed to always give her his best self, and like, you know, she doesn't have to do anything like to earn it. She just deserves it. You don't think there's like a good amount of women in our age range that operate like that?
Now, I wouldn't put it the way you put it, because, you know, there's no need for name calling, because, you know, to each his own. But yes, there are women that do have that um mentality where, hey, for me breathing, you know, you should be doing this.
Right.
But I also, as you know, we've had conversations before, I also do believe that women are receivers. So, you know, I do, yeah, we're receivers. Like, you know, a man should be approaching a woman. It shouldn't be a woman like shooting her shot. So while no, I don't think that, I think it's a lot more to a woman as far as like her essence and the way she speaks, the way she carries herself. But it shouldn't just be because she's breathing. It's a lot more to it.
So
Thank you so much, LaShawn.
so this whole women being receivers things, and listen, we've talked about this in depth, but I'm gonna bring it up again. So, what's up, Miss Tyree? So, you still believe that in 2023, like, again, because I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna say this. Some of y'all probably heard me say it
Is it
before.
supposed to be
Some of
like
y'all, if you haven't heard me say it,
1920s?
this gonna be the first time that you gonna hear me say it. Listen, a lot of you women, the reason that y'all be having like problems, like when it comes to dating, is because y'all don't go after the man that y'all actually want. Y'all don't actually pursue the man that y'all actually respect, the man that like y'all would actually appreciate. Y'all just deal with the men that are that like chase after you or are chasing after you. And then, you know, when y'all are expressing how disappointed you are and in like the men that you've dealt with, or even the men that you tried to entertain for a short amount of time, like, that's where I think the whole airheaded, bigoted entitlement complex comes from. If you like someone, why won't you like express to that person that you like them? And like I've told you, as a woman, it's not about you applying pressure on that man. It's not about you hitting them up every day, calling them, texting them, sending them good morning message. It's just about just opening the door. Like I told you the last time we talked, just open the door and wave. Just open the door, wave, smile, and say hi. That's it. That's all you
Right.
need to do. And if he likes you, or if he's interested in getting to know you, it's going to be easier for him. But a lot of the guys that y'all actually like, y'all just like, y'all act like men are Houdini. Like they're just supposed to automatically know that you like them or you got feelings for them without you telling them or
That's not
giving
shooting
any
your
social
shot,
cues.
though. That's just being approachable. Now, when people say shoot your shot, people are saying like approach him and saying, hey, you're cute. Like it's actually taking action. But there's, of course, you want to be approachable. Like you want to smile, you want to, you know, give a cheeky smile and maybe not look too long. But as long as he knows your presence, because, you know, if you're in a huge setting, of course, like you probably gonna have to do a lot more than just smile. You might need to tap him on the shoulder a little bit, or maybe even bring up a conversation, but not in a way where it's like, oh, okay, let me get your number. You fine? Like, just like, oh, hi, like I saw you or whatever, and I heard about this. Like, if you're at a networking event, like make it about something else. And then if he likes you, he sees you, then he's gonna make it happen. Cause he who finds a wife finds a great thing. But that's just me. Not everybody's like that. So, I can't, I can't conform to everybody else. Like, that's just me. And I'm not going to change. And I'm just going to keep it there. Let's just say your girl happy because it's working. Okay, y'all? It's working. I'm just approachable.
Mm-hmm. When you had a crush on me, did you do anything to make it be known that you had a crush on me?
I mean, I would say
no. Nay, what's up, Nay? What's up, love?
I was approachable.
No, wait. Hold on. It is a yes or no question, and then you can elaborate. You can elaborate after that.
I said yes.
Okay, tell me how you made it clear to me that you had a crush on me. Tell me.
Wait, you said what?
Tell me how you made it clear to me that you had a crush on me.
I was saying, hey, I would be talking to you, doing a little commentary, but it was just a crush. See, there's levels to it. So it's like, I would just be like, hey, that's how I did it.
So you saying you literally just said that you can't just smile and think that that's gonna be enough, but you just saying
no,
hey.
But that's if you're in a huge room. But Noble, like you would literally tag me. I didn't even have a chance to even fully be in the live, and you would be like, hey, or whatever. Or I would send a little gift here and there, and then you'll tag me, and then sometimes I'll tag you. So it was like you knew my presence was known. You knew about me. So that's enough. After that, if there's nothing that makes you want to try and say, let's figure out what June likes, or let me see what's up with June. Like, she's cute. Like, try to initiate something, then to me, that just shows you're not interested. And it's okay. Like, to each his own. Because I've seen with my own eyes, like, if a guy wants you, he's going to make it known as long as he knows you exist. He's seen you. Oh, he gonna come after you, whether it's today, whether it's 5 years from now when he's more established, because maybe he feels as if he's not ready at the time. It's gonna happen as long as he knows you exist. He coming for you. If you're his woman, he coming for you. I've seen it.
So again, because we already talked about this, but again. So if it's a guy that he has a number of women, quote unquote, making themselves known, making presence known to him. I mean, if a girl is getting a lot of attention if she's getting attention from a lot of men, right? The man that's really going to really catch her attention, he's going to stand out in some way or another, right? He's going to be doing something or coming off some sort of way that 99% of the other men are not coming off, right? So,
but it's not the same for women. Like,
how is it not the same?
It's not the same because
a
woman needs to just be in her own feminine energy and have a presence about her. Now, if a woman presents herself, the man knows of her existence, and the man obviously has so many other women in his view, then obviously, first and foremost, he's not seeing her as like that girl because he's distracted at the moment. But that's not her job to say, look at me, look at me, look at me. As long as she is coming her best self and the man knows about her, and they have conversation, there's nothing more she can do. If that man wants to be out here, and entertaining other women, that's fine. But you have to think of it from a woman's point of view as well, as far as she has her options as well. And so it's just because she might have a crush on a guy doesn't mean that there's not other guys that have a crush on her that she actually likes. And that guy actually took the time to like initiate. And that sometimes could be the determining factor and make her want to go over there versus the guy that she sees and she's like, oh, he's cute. And he does nothing about it.
You're right for the most part, but I think we also do need to acknowledge that that's not the case. And I'm not saying that you were saying this, but you and I both know that that's not the case for every man or every woman. Like there are some women who they don't have two options when it comes to men. There are a good amount of men that they don't have two options when it comes to women. So anyone that breathes their way or shows them any little bit of attention, they're going to hone in and focus on that because again, they don't have any other options. This is the only person that's entertaining them on any sort of level. But as a man or as a woman, if you know indeed, inherently, for a fact that this man or woman has options, I think it only makes sense if you really like that person on that level to let them know that you like them on that level. Because there's a whole bunch of men doing the same thing you're doing, and there's a whole bunch of women doing the same thing there's a whole bunch of men doing the same thing that man is doing, and there's a whole bunch of women doing the same thing that woman is doing. So again, how are you standing out? How are you putting yourself head and shoulders above the rest?
Just the way I carry myself. Honestly, I can't speak for all women. I wish I could be that woman to be like, ladies, if you're this, it's no, it's I have to be the example in the way I live. And so what I've noticed is when it came to guys who actually showed action, to me, that's more attractive when they're able to approach me. So it's I can't really say anything. I wish I had some advice for the ladies or anything that, don't have options, but there's this guy who's highly sought after. And they want to make their presence known. It's to me, I don't like that. I don't like that because I feel at that point, I feel you're pursuing the man and, I'm just not about it. I think the only thing that woman should be responsible for is making her presence known, but you do not have to, quote unquote, shoot your shot saying, let me get that number or you fine. Just be hey, get to know the man. Just maybe be his friend. I don't know, talk about something that he does to maybe just to get in a circle around him. I don't know, but I'm not the type to shoot my shot. I'm not. I like a man to shoot his shot.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So, aside from this whole relationships and dating thing, just in life in general, when people said, I'm sorry. Someone in the chat being very funny right now. But just in life in general, when someone sets goals or when they have dreams, they have to pursue them, right? They have to work hard to make those dreams become a reality. They have to work hard to accomplish those goals, correct?
Correct, but that's a job.
No.
That's a career. Their fulfillment. That's different.
Wait. So,
okay.
So if I don't know, whatever it is that a person wants to do, they know that there is work required on their part, to manifest whatever it is that they want. they know they can't wake up every morning and do nothing and, you know, manifest whatever it is that they're trying to manifest. They have a understanding of that, right? Or at least people that aren't delusional have an understanding of that, right?
Of course, right. Faith without
So
work is dead. Mm-hmm.
so what's the difference when it comes to dating and relationships? Like I honestly, like I've told you this before, like I honestly think a lot of you women, you just y'all let your blessings pass you by all the time. And listen, any woman like yourself, like you stand on what you stand on, and I respect it, even if I don't agree with it. But
Mm-hmm.
like I just think I've told you this before. Like I think a lot of the times that y'all just let y'all blessings pass y'all all the time. Like especially women. I'm not saying you're this type of woman, but especially the woman that they're constantly expressing the disappointment in the men that are pursuing them. You know, the men that, you know, they even try to entertain. They try to make it seem like there's no good men out here, and they damn near don't even want to even try dating because, of course, if you hear them talk, every man that they deal with is trash. He's not on her level. Da 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 da. So why don't you go after the men or the man that is on your level then? Like, why just keep trying to sort through all the garbage that you have instead of just, you know, going to the store to go get what you want?
You know, all I have to say towards that is I wouldn't say really maybe the woman needs to start shooting her shot towards the men she wants. She might need to start with, first and foremost, is she entertaining guys that are lower level, and make sure she's vetting them. I will also say maybe changing her circle and her environment. So starting with that. And then like I said before, like again, the highly sought after guy or whatever, and for some reason she doesn't have options. I would say instead of again walking up to him and saying, "Oh, you fine," and find out something about him. Be strategic with it. Find out something that he likes. Like maybe he likes, football or something. And if y'all try to be in the same environment with him and bring up football or something, or say, "Hey, did you catch this game?" Or I don't know. Somehow find something that he likes and bring it up in conversation. So that's all I have to say about that. So I would just say make sure she's not entertaining men that don't have those things that she's looking for or don't meet a certain standard. And then also make sure you're being careful in the environment that you're I guess talking to men. So like the club, we already know is a no. Um, that's the only thing I can think of right now as far as environments. But yeah,
Okay.
that's all I gotta say about that.
Okay. So I have 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is pertaining to you. And the
Mm-hmm.
second one, I want you to, you know, just answer in general what you think. And then the third is we're gonna touch on what you just touched on. So
Okay.
the first question is, are you personally, and just be 100% honest, do you have the stance that you have because that's either the way you were brought up and that's just what you believe in, or is it because you are afraid of rejection?
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, second question is, do you think a lot of women are afraid of rejection, and that's why a lot of women don't pursue men? Because there are women that do pursue men. You know, there are women that'll definitely, you know, whether it's walk up on a man, hit him
Mm-hmm.
up, ask for his number, do all those things. But most women really don't do that. Most women are like you. They don't believe in pursuing men. They see pursuing men as chasing men, running after men, and they don't think that it's their place to be doing that. So my second question is, do you think a lot of women are afraid of rejection? And if you just said that the club is a no to I don't know, pursue someone or find someone that's worthy of being in a serious relationship with. I want to know why you think that. And if you really believe that, I want you to tell me where are appropriate places for someone that's looking for a relationship, not dating, not flings. where are appropriate places for someone that is looking for a relationship these days to find somebody?
Okay, so starting with the first question. So I've always been that way. As far as how I like to be pursued. Um, I've been like, I mean, to be quite honest, I've been rejected before, but it was never verbally like, I don't like you. I always watch actions. And the man would, pursue me and it'd be like, hey, I want to take you out. And after that, when they saw that, hey, like she's not trying to be sexual or nothing, we might go on that one date, but then he doesn't call, he doesn't text. So to me, that just says he's not interested. And if I text you once and you don't reply, because I don't double text, I don't do that double text and stuff, then I know that, okay, he's not into me. Hi, Kate. Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you're okay. It's been such a long time. Thank you so much for the likes. But yeah, like I watch action. So it's not a fear of rejection because if a guy doesn't text you back, that's kind of like rejection, right? Without him saying I don't want you. And then as far as women in general having fear um of being rejected, I don't know if that's the case. I just think that there are some women, kind of like you said, that want to pursue men, and then there are some women that don't want to pursue men, and they just rather reciprocate the energy that the man is getting. Okay, King to Greg, that's fine. What you mean not true? What you mean? Elaborate. I mean, these are just my thoughts. Like, I can't speak for everybody, but I mean, if you're gonna put me to do it, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, I don't think it's a fear. I don't think women fear that. I just think it's to each his own. Just because he didn't text you back to me, he's not interested. Oh, okay. I mean, to me, that shows that you're not interested. If you don't call, to me, that's actions. Like, if you don't follow up, if you say you're going to do something, you don't do it, to me, it just shows he's not interested. Yeah. But anyway, sorry, no, we got distracted. Kingdom Green was like commenting. But then what did you say the last part?
So you said you said the club, you said verbatim.
Oh, places to meet
you
them.
said the
So
club
yeah,
is a
things to
no-no.
enjoy.
So I want you to tell me where are appropriate places for both men and women that are looking for relationships, not dating, not to be a fling or whatever, not no FaceTime buddy, not no texting buddy, not no phone call buddy, not we kick it every now and then. For people that are looking for committed, exclusive, serious relationships, you're saying the club is a no-no. I want you to tell me where are appropriate places for men and women to seek out these people.
Again, it just depends on what you want. Like I would say a neutral thing that both man and woman could do is like whatever they enjoy. So if that's golfing, maybe going to a golfing club and maybe there's singles there on the golfing course. If you're into yoga, hiking, it's when you start to kind of find hobbies that you enjoy, you start to meet different people and expand your circles. So then maybe you can find someone within those circles and you guys can go on a date. So that would be my first suggestion.
I'm sorry, June. Did you basically just say? I'm sorry. I was listening to you, but I was kind of looking at the chat at the same time. So, did you basically just say something about or something in the realm of whatever your hobby is, like?
Yeah. So whatever is tailored to you. Say if it's not even any of that. Say if like you're into networking, maybe you can meet your person at a networking event. You just never know, but it has to be something that's tailored to you, something that is on your path while you're on your purpose. Like you don't want to just be going I mean, yeah, is it one-offs where you can be at the grocery store and then you bump into the guy and you're like, oh yeah, so sorry. And then that could be your person, yeah. But that would just be a suggestion, just living your purpose and living living your best life by enjoying your hobbies and everything else, being in purpose. That's all I got.
Someone said, I'm sorry, June. Someone said, some woman in here said, I've never asked a man out because if he said no, the earth would have to take me immediately. A woman also said, she said, what she say? Hold on. She said, I would rather swallow a jean jacket than face rejection. Someone said, you said golfing. They said, are you into white men?
I don't discriminate. I'm into all men. I'm into any kind of man. And there are black men that golf, by the way. Okay.
There are black men that golf, June, but if we be honest, if we just be all the way honest, I don't think we can. I think we can go to every state in the United States of America, and if we really were to like look at the percentage, of black men in all the country clubs just throughout America, if we were to average it out, I bet it would be less than 3%. I bet it would be less than 2% of black men that are actually in country clubs.
I mean, maybe, but those are just examples. I mean, I don't assume everybody like golfing. Like, let's be real. But I'm just saying, whatever your interests are, and don't make it the club. Make it something that's tailored to you. Whether you're into music and you go to music lessons, you play an instrument, you go to a open mic night where people are doing spoken word, and
but this is my
your horizons a little bit, y'all.
But this is my thing, though. Do you think, especially like black women in our age range, do you think that the type of men that a lot of black women in our age range are attracted to when they're younger, do you think that these specific type of black men are at any of these places that you would recommend a woman to go if she was looking for serious dating? Like, do you think Ladarius is actually like, forget about golfing at a country club. Do you think Ladarius is at Top Golf? Do you think Ladarius is at Barnes and Nobles? Do you think Ladarius consistently goes to the gym? And the gym stuff is starting to get crazy. There's a lot of women that are making videos now trying to make it seem like men are trying to creep on them at the gym. That's a whole other conversation, though. Do you think Ladarius like consistently goes to Starbucks and like sits down, in the cafe? Ladarius definitely does not go fishing. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is, do you think that the type of man that a lot of, like, especially younger black women in their mid-20s to late 20s are interested in, do you think that they really frequent these places? And I also want you to speak on, because you haven't said exactly why the club is a no-no. I'm just curious, why is the club a no-no for you?
For me, because it's nothing but lust. Like, it's a good time. Therefore, do you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So can't stay here, but you gotta go home. So that place doesn't call for longevity. It's no seriousness. It's to let out some steam. Now, am I saying it could never happen? No. But for me, I like to go where my potential or possibilities are greater versus it being like in the less than 1%, rate or whatever. And what was your other question?
Hey, Lottie.
Oh, LaShonda, something like that, right?
You said what?
Wasn't it LaShawn? What were you saying? Like, you don't go where the LaShawns are?
No, I was talking about Ladarius. Hey, Ladarius. Lottie, I sat courtside tonight, Lottie, and I literally, I just got bored on Wednesday, And I received an email from the Timberwolves because I sat courtside before. I sat courtside at a Laker game when LeBron first joined the team. And I saw they were playing the Memphis Grizzlies today, and I felt like going to the game. So I hit up my dad and I was like, "Yo, what you doing this Friday? Like, would you be available to go to a game?" And he was like, "Sure." So, Lati, I can never, ever a day in life have a supposed to be grown ass man that's a professional panhandler on TikTok. Professional panhandlers on TikTok cannot go back and forth with me, Lati. They can never ever go back and forth with me. Men that ask women to help them pay their phone bill, they can't go back and forth with me, Lati. I can't entertain men like that. I can never ever let a man that's in that caliber come on my platform and even try to play with me in any type of way. Absolutely not. The demise will be televised. Absolutely. The demise will be televised. I'm getting courtside tickets at the last minute, and niggas is on TikTok all day panhandling, trying to, come up with their rent at the end of the month, asking women to help them pay their phone bill. We are not the same. We are not the same. So you got all this time to be on TikTok all day talking about nothing, smoking, drinking, falling asleep, farting, snoring. I was talking to this girl the other day, and she was like, "I seen such and such. I done seen him do everything. I seen this man fall asleep plenty of times. I've seen him dead, knocked out, snoring, farting, all that." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, begging for gifts and a phone bill." Like, Taro, like we not the same. But I he literally tried to diss you about having a bro. That's what I'm talking about, Lati. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it just can't can't entertain people like that no more, bro. Like my man Purpose said, I can't. I would never like I said on OC Live, like that stuff wouldn't happen. Listen, I can't entertain people like that. But she said men that like sit courtside at games and sit in the boxes at games. She said those men are top tier men, and I agree with her on that. But this the thing though, Lati. Most women aren't going again. This is the truth, whether people like it or not. Most women are not going to be sitting courtside. Most women are never ever going to sit courtside and never ever going to sit in a box. And I'll be honest with you. There was two women sitting by me tonight. And they look good too. One of them was a black girl, and the other one she was like mixed with something. I don't know if they bought their own tickets, but they weren't with a man. But I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that, Lottie. But um, but like, why do you think someone said what she said? She said, definitely can find you a scammer in the club who's gonna take care of you till he get locked up. This my thing with the club though.
Scammer? No, we don't want no scammer. Ew.
No, listen, I love Bree, but Bree definitely, she definitely dealt with the type of men, the type of man that I say a lot of these women like to deal with before. She told me before that she like dealt with a scammer for a very short period of time. Took her to the Mavs game and everything, but she said she cut that short. But what I was gonna say though, is that right, seven-time felon can't even get a job at Walmart, can't even get a cashier position at the dollar store or at CVS, but think that. Don't even get me started, Lottie. Don't even get me started. I'm not giving. All right, we just gonna leave it alone. But what I was gonna say is the thing with the club and the lounge and the bar, this, that, and the third. There's people that like literally they don't have hobbies. There's like men and women. They don't go to the gym. Like they literally go to work during the week, and when they get off of work, they just BS the rest of the day. Whether they watch TV, play video games, and then like when Friday, Saturday come, their time, their leisure time, if you will, even though they have a lot of leisure time during the week because they don't do anything outside of work, but they go to the bar, or they go to the club, or they go to the lounge to socialize. That's literally their main objective. So now, do they have men that like socializing for them is like, I'm about to go out and see if I could like, bring somebody home tonight? Yeah, but there also are men and women that go to the club or go to the lounge to just genuinely meet someone and just have good conversation, and it could possibly go somewhere. Like people do meet people that they end up being in relationships with. People meet people that they even possibly end up marrying and having kids with, from the club or from the lounge. Like it is a social environment at the end of the day, right? It's a social environment.
It is, but like I said before, for me, I like to go to places where my possibilities or probabilities are higher, because I feel like in the club, it's a lower probability that you're going to find a decent guy, who isn't just all about sex, and, that has good conversation, and you want longevity. I'm not saying you can never find that, but just me, I like when my probabilities are higher.
Okay, let's talk about the whole probabilities being higher thing again, though. So again, you and all the women that got the whole I'm not approaching men thing going on. If he want me, if he like me, or if he want me, he gonna approach me. What does it benefit a man or a woman to go to put themselves in a social setting and not even be social?
Now, there's a difference. There's a difference between not being social and then shooting your shot. It's I think you can. Go ahead.
With the attitude that you and other women have, if you go to the club, if you go to the lounge, if you go to the bar, and you just gonna be standing there with a stank face, not saying hi to anyone, not waving at anyone, not smiling. First of all, those are the women that like we in the same age group. Like those are the women that like most men are not even going to approach in the first place. So like women that give off that like standoffish vibe, those are the women that men are not even interested in approaching in the first place. Like y'all like to call it the like resting bitch face. I think that's what y'all like to call it.
RBF.
Yeah, RBF. You got RBF, or you just sitting there with the stank face, like you got a drink in your hand, and you just staring straight ahead, or you looking in your phone. Like those are the women that men don't even want to approach to start off with. So like if a woman is not even gonna make herself social in a social setting, it don't matter what environment you put yourself in, you still gonna get the same results.
Right, exactly. So, but that's something the woman has to practice at. So being not only approachable, but being present. So not being on your phone, like if you're in a social setting, like you were just saying, smiling, because it's funny you say that, because when I was, vacationing, I was on Florida, and I was actually at a club. I did notice, everyone in the friend group was getting approached except for the one friend, and she definitely had the RBF face. And she was like, "Why isn't anyone approaching me?" I'm like, "Girl," I'm like, "Smile." I'm like, you're a beautiful girl. You know how to have a good time." But she was giving that same energy off as well. So I don't really think, again, a woman has to necessarily, because the issue is shooting your shot. She don't have to shoot her shot and be like, "Hey, good looking, was cooking," and doing all the extra. No, you can just, maybe tap a guy on the shoulder and be like, "Oh my God, that looks good. What are you drinking?" Bam. And then if he thinks she's cute, he's going to move it forward even more. But I don't think she has to be like, "Oh, you sexy, write your number down." And you don't got to do all that.
But
And then,
June, we
yeah, but I
literally,
don't think that, to me, that's not shooting your shot. That's just, like you said, being social. I think women, we just reciprocate. So when a man comes and he approaches you, that's where we differ. And it's okay, though. It's okay. But a man will just approach and be like, hey, and shoot his shot. And then if you like him, then that's when you're like, okay, let me engage. Let me smile even more. Let me laugh a little bit. Let me ask him questions. So I think that kind of shows the guy that she's interested if she's engaging. So I feel like, that's what it is, at least for me in my world.
whenever we talk about this,
Mm-hmm.
you literally say the exact thing that I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, but when I say it, I don't know if it doesn't register or I just don't say it the way you want me to say it. Like, again, the whole shooting, quote unquote, shooting the shot thing. Again, I'm not telling a woman to like press up on a man. I am just saying, literally open the door, just crack the door open. Like you
But
said,
you're saying shoot
it
your
could be
shot.
simple. It could be simple as, oh, what you sipping on? Like I never like what you sipping on. Like I never seen that before. Like it looks really good. Like
Mm-hmm.
just a simple conversation starter. When you
Mm-hmm.
have a simple conversation starter with a man, now at the end of the day, if he doesn't find you attractive, if he doesn't want to talk to you, he's not going to talk to you. But it's like so much easier for
But
men.
I think guys are not honest either. So that's why it's important for us women to be able to look at a man's actions versus what he's saying. And again, just be, for me, just approachable and just be social, be present. And I think that's all the lady needs. And again, like I kind of said it before, as long as the guy that you like knows you exist, then that's all the ammunition he needs. As long as you're in his line of sight, he sees you. In that moment, I'm pretty sure a man knows I'm going to approach her, or I need to get to know her. Even if it's send her a drink, he may not physically be there first. She might get a drink. And again, this is like the bar scenario. You know what I mean? But that's just my thoughts on it. And I stand on it forever.
No, listen, June. You know it's all love. You know I love you. I respect you. Like I just like, but like I stand on what I say too. Like
Right.
it don't matter. She can have on. She can have on. She could be dressed to the nines. She can have her best perfume on. She can have her hair done, her lashes done. She can have her make. And that's what I don't understand about a lot of women either. Like
Mm-hmm.
you really did your hair, you did your eyebrows, you did your eyelashes, like you got your makeup on, you got on this dress or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
you in here having RBF. You in here just being socially awkward and standoffish. Like it's just
Yeah.
like you said about that trip you was on and like how
Mm-hmm.
everyone was getting approached, but that one girl, and you told the girl like, yo, like smile, like lighten up, like loosen up, like
Mm-hmm.
men can like sense that, like I can, bro, men can
Yeah.
sense that from a mile away, yo. I can be
Mm-hmm.
over here, she could be down there at the opposite side of the bar. You can feel that standoffish energy. You can
Mm-hmm.
feel when you walking by like a group of girls and I don't know, one of them say something or you say something to the group and like, you can say something as simple as hi, oh, y'all look nice or whatever. You can feel the energy from the one that's just super standoffish.
Yeah.
Like men are not interested in trying to pursue a woman that's coming off super standoffish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you? I don't get it. You put on that dress, you got on whatever, you got on the heels or whatever, and you just in here being standoffish, like you think that's gonna attract men to you? Like, it's not.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe those type of women are not for the weak, because there are some guys that can be like, okay, I see she's frowning. Let me see if I can put a smile in their face. Like may see it as a challenge. While some men, like you said, that's off putting.
1 second, June. Oh, June, were you done? I want to address something.
Yeah,
Someone.
I'm done.
So Miss Tyree in my comments said Noble, is it hard to believe some women want to get dressed up and not be approached? Yes, Miss Tyree. It's very hard to believe that, Miss Tyree. Like Miss Tyree, when we was talking about a few weeks back or whatever, when I had the woman up that had the whole side of her outfit missing. Like, one thing we need to stop doing in 2023, and I told you this when we had this conversation, Miss Tyree. I said one thing we need to start doing in 2023, we need to stop acting like both men and women do not do things to attract or get the attention of the opposite sex, or do things to just attract the opposite sex. Like, we need to stop like doing that. Like, yeah, like when men go to the gym, like, hopefully a man, I don't think most men are, and women, I don't think most people are going to the gym so they can get validation from other people. They want to be healthy. When they get out of the shower, when they're naked, they want to be able to look at themselves in the mirror and feel confident in themselves. But no one's gonna sit here and be unrealistic and be delusional and be disingenuous and be like, well, the better physical shape that I'm in, that's also not going to help me in dating. The better physical shape that I'm in, that's also not going to help me attract, the caliber of woman or the type of woman that I want physically. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like most men and women, you know, um, don't want a person that looks a certain type of way. Like, we not gonna do that. Like, when a man goes and gets a haircut, when he gets a lineup, when he goes and gets a new bottle of cologne and get a new fit, he's not doing it so that when he puts it on and he's going outside on a Friday or Saturday night, so Ladarius or Keontae or DeAndre can tell him that he looks good. He's not doing that. Men do not do that. When men go out, men end up actually separating from each other and then linking back up at the end of the night. Because, okay, we go out, okay, Noble, you disappeared. I don't know, you and Brittany, you and Bree hit it off. You disappeared with Bree. Um, uh, Eric hit it off with June. He disappeared. Rebel hit it off with Taro. He disappeared. I don't know. Keontae hit it off with Tyree. He disappeared. Like, we need to stop acting like people of the like yes. So when a woman gets her hair done and she does her eyelashes and she does her eyebrows and puts her makeup on and put her nice dress on and her nice perfume, she is not doing it so when she go outside, a bunch of women can tell her how good she looks and how good she smells. She is not doing that. We're not gonna be disingenuous to say that.
She's doing it. She's doing it for herself, though. There aren't now. No, but I hear what you're saying, and yes, there are some women that do dress a certain way to attract a certain type of people, or specifically men. But generally, there are some women as well that do their makeup. They have their self-care days, not because of a man, but because of self. So there are those women that get dressed up and they might put on, like you said, some side slit, the open side, because they feel good in it. And if they happen to attract someone while feeling good in what they're wearing or how they present themselves, then okay, so be it. Because I think just as human beings, when you see someone put themselves together, you're attracted to that. So I think it's more so, I think it can go both ways, but I think you can kind of feel who's kind of coming out to show something off or who just feels good and just like, hey, this is how I dress, this is me.
June.
Yes.
A woman is wearing something that's like exposing a good amount of her cleavage. When a woman is wearing some very tight clothing that has her ass poking all out and switching when she walks, and she puts herself in a social setting amongst men, you're not doing that to not get attention from men. Like, I look, women have the nerves. Women be saying that like, oh my gosh, I was at the club, I was at the lounge, and these men would not leave me alone. I had on what I had on. I had my perfume on. I had my hair done. I had my nails done. I had my eyelashes done, my eyebrows done. But I put myself in a social setting, and I was getting so annoyed that all these men were trying to talk to me. I never heard a man say I put myself in a social setting and I was annoyed by all the women telling me how good my lineup looked. I was annoyed by all the women telling me how good I smelled. I was annoyed by all the women telling me how nice my outfit was. How are you gonna put yourself in a social setting and present yourself in an upstanding manner and then complain about getting attention or having people, try to talk to you? Make that make sense to me.
Like I said before, there are some women, again, that dress to get that attention, but we can't say all women. That's not true, because there are some women who wear, maybe not necessarily their boobs, but they might have their back out, like have like a halter thing going on, because they feel good in it. Maybe there's a beautiful tattoo that they're like, hey, I want to show it off because I feel good about my body. And it's not to be like, oh, I'm gonna get me a man tonight because I got the back out. So it's like, or like my waist out or whatever they're showing off. So it's like, I feel like we should also shine light on those women as well.
Okay, you're right. But even with those women, right? She been doing the lap pull down. She been doing her rows. Her back is backing right now, so she want to show off her back. So right, her back is backing. She want to show off her back right now. So when she goes outside and puts herself in a social setting, and she's showing off that back that's backing, she just, even if she's doing it for herself, because she's been working on her back and she's confident. She wants everyone to see her back. She should not complain about if men say, "Oh man, like you have a really nice back," like you must been in the gym. You must really be hitting them lat pull downs. You must really be hitting them rows because your back is backing right now. She can't complain about, "Oh my gosh, man, I wore something show up my back, and here's all the men talking about how my back looks such and such way." No, you put yourself in that set. Why don't you wear? Okay, then. Look, why don't you put that on and go to Home Depot then? Why don't you put that on? Why don't you put that on when you go to Walmart? Why don't you put that on when you go to Target? Because I bet you if you put that on when you go to, I bet you if you put that on when you go to Walmart or Target, I bet you're not gonna have a bunch of men breathing down your neck. I bet you're not gonna have a bunch of men breathing down your back.
Let's be honest.
But you women want to wear that when you know you're gonna be in a setting with a bunch of men. Let's talk about it.
I won't say a bunch of men. Maybe it's just the aesthetic. Because I feel like there are certain environments, like you can't just go in like, wearing whatever pajama pants, because people like to wear pajama pants to Walmart. You can't go in there wearing that or wearing, I don't know, anything that doesn't meet what that event requires. Like if it's an all white party or whatever, or you have to wear heels, you're not gonna, I don't know, show up any kind of way. And if it just so happens to be something that is a little revealing, but you feel good in it, and it just so happens to draw attention, because when you feel good, you look good, and people are drawn to that, you can't help that. Now, I get what you're saying, though, about, okay, hey, if you're wearing something where maybe the cleavage is, a little bit pronounced and showing off, then I think there are some guys that do a little too much, but at the same time, you just got to be respectful, because there is a difference. It does not give the right for a man to just approach and be disrespectful or be touchy in any kind of way just because she has something that just accentuates her breasts.
So I hear you, June. I want to address something that someone said in here. Someone said, sometimes girls wear it to get compliments from other women too, not just men. Bree, that is not true. You women are very catty. You women are very you women hate on each other a lot. And shoot, even a lot of the times y'all don't take the onus upon yourself to even tell a woman that you don't know or that you're not friends with, that she look good or that she smell good or whatever the case may be. A lot of the times y'all just happen to be in the vicinity of each other. Like this how it be, Bree. This how it be. You and June don't know each other, but you, June, and Noble are all in the same social setting. Noble is cool with both of y'all. Noble knows both of y'all. Noble is wherever y'all are. Noble is wherever with June, at the function, and Bree sees Noble, and Bree comes over and says hi to Noble, gives Noble a hug, and Noble's like, "Hey, Bree, this is my friend June." So June says, "Oh, okay. Hey, Bree, my name is June. Nice to meet you." And then what a lot of you women do in those instances, y'all will give a fake compliment to each other. Y'all will just, yes, June. Y'all will give Miss Tyree, give me 5 minutes. Miss Tyree, give me 5 minutes. Because I do want to hear what you have to say. Give me 5 minutes, Miss Tyree. Just give me 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna break off with June and have y'all come up here. Y'all give a fake compliment to each other, like, "Oh my gosh, like you're so pretty. Oh, you're so cute. You smell so good. Like who did your hair?" Like you women give like fake backhanded, just condescending compliments to each other all the damn time. Like, we not gonna do that. We not gonna do that. The classic, oh hey, exactly, Rebel. Like, Bree, we not gonna do that. Don't do that, Bree. Bree, you know what I'm saying
I don't
right now
know.
is
Maybe
fact.
I
Y'all be
I don't hang
feeling,
around
you know
people
what?
like that, so I've never experienced that. Like first and foremost, like I'm actually the type of woman where if I see someone pretty, I've even like tapped some like I'm never gonna lie, I've read someone down. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like I just had to say I'm like you're super gorgeous. And I don't know, I just haven't experienced like fakeness. And I've had people, tap on me and say, "Oh my goodness, you're beautiful black woman and queen and all that other stuff." So even if it's someone I met, I don't get it's not fakeness. I don't know. I just haven't experienced that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist,
Okay. So
but
June,
mm-hmm.
you might not be that way. Bree might not be that way. But can you acknowledge that a lot of women move in that manner? A lot of women like really be moving like that. Like, I
No, what
was
I have experienced is they may not say anything, but they'll look you up and down. I've never seen a fake compliment before. I've only seen where they know you look good, but they're either maybe too insecure or prideful to say you look good. Now, I have seen that.
that's the same
Uh,
thing.
no, because you said
Because
that
those same women,
they'll give fake compliments. That's
those
different.
same women that be too insecure or too prideful to big up the other woman, they be doing it, but it doesn't be genuine. I was literally talking to a girl. I was literally talking to someone the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I told her, I'm at a point in my life now to where I can even feel that energy. I can spot that fakeness when I'm in the midst of it. And I haven't always been able to do that. But I'm at a point in my life now to where, like, I can, okay, yeah, like, y'all not,
But why do you think
and
you're at
it's
that point?
never both sides. It's
Why do you
always
think you're at
one
that point though, Noble?
it's always one side. It's always one woman giving the other woman that energy. Like, it's weird. Like, men don't do that to each other. Like, I was at the game today. I was
Mm-hmm.
at the game today, and some man that used to work with my dad, like, I guess he was sitting in the court side too, and he happened to see my dad, and he came up and saw my dad, and greeted him and talked to him, and my dad was like, "Hey, this is my son," and the guy was with like three other guys, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we all shook each other's hand, said what's up. It was one of their birthdays. I was like, "Happy birthday, bro." and we went by our business. But it don't be like shady. It's no like undertone to it. But like with women, I don't know, bro. Y'all always like are in competition with a girl that you don't know from a can of paint. It's weird.
But how did you come to the point where you started to pick up on that energy? How did you come to be like that?
I don't have a definitive answer to it. I don't know. Maybe just growing and just, just getting more experience with women um and honestly just the more conversations I have with women. Like,
Mm.
I listen to people very keenly when they talk.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes I think a lot of the times even the things that they be saying to me, they're not even purposely trying to come off a certain type of way, but that's just how women are. But me as a man, like with the things that they be saying, I'm like, this is coming off a certain type of way. And I don't know if you're trying to come off this way. I don't even think you're trying to come off this certain type of way, but this is what it's given. Like they're like, even on TikTok, there's women that don't know each other. They'll come in the box, they'll turn their camera on, and all the woman will be like, oh, she's so pretty, da 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 da. But
Mm-hmm.
as soon as that girl start opening her mouth and talking, or you know, I'll talk to some of these women like, off the record, and some of the things that they'll say pertaining to other women is like, okay, like, don't you weren't you the same person that aren't you the same person that be calling a woman pretty? And so it's just weird. It's just weird.
I got you. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I feel that though it can be said the same for like men too. Cause I think men say things and they come off a certain way and they're just being honest or saying their truth, but they might come off, rude or, I don't know, something that the woman doesn't like.
Yeah, I'm not saying that don't happen, but I don't think men don't like be trying to play with other men like that, because like men have a clear understanding of how things can get when they disrespect one another. So they don't a lot of men don't really try to like venture into that arena. But it does happen though. But I
I
don't think
don't know because I feel like, especially men nowadays, I feel like they do have a little bit more, in my opinion, feminine energy. So they can be more passive aggressive nowadays.
even towards men.
I don't know about towards men, but I'm saying towards women.
Hmm. You think it's a you think it's a good amount of men like being passive aggressive towards women?
I think there are some men, and I've seen it, and it's actually kind of weird. And maybe this is kind of going off topic, but I've even seen some men where they start to act weird because you're actually operating in your feminine energy, and they actually don't like that because they want you to be the masculine one. Um, and they start to try and treat you like, I don't know, weird, I guess, because you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's what you need to do. Even though you're not saying it, but you're acting like that. So then it's kind of like they treat you like, how dare you? How dare you be feminine? How dare you be a woman and actually require me to do manly things? So, maybe
Yeah,
that's a topic for another day, but I'm just
yeah.
saying.
That might be, yeah, that. And I'm not saying you deal with those type of men, but I understand that I'm sure you've seen those type of men or got that sort of
Oh,
energy. But
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a certain caliber of man.
Hmm. But they exist. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
all of
sure.
this stuff exists. You
No,
know?
I can't lie though. Bree said, men like to flex and beat on their chest. That's a fact. I can't.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I can't even sit here and try to cap and try to make it seem like that's not true. Cause I could have just went to the game this evening, right? I could have just went to the game this evening and not recorded anything, not took any photos, not posted anything. But that's men do that. Men try to like, even when they talking to each other, like I told Buddy. I told Buddy, if you and I were ever in the vicinity of each other, I would be in the wrong place. You know, so I can't even lie. Men do be doing that. Men do be doing that. Nah, courtside is something to flex about. Okay, never mind then. Never mind then. Never mind. Bree's right. Courtside is something to flex about. Listen, if you doing something
But
that's
a flex is a flex, though.
uh, but
A flex
but
is a flex.
no, but listen, if 9 out of 10 people are never ever going to sit courtside, and you're lucky and blessed enough to sit courtside, and you post it or you record it, and I don't think I think that's something you should. I think that's something to document, and that's some monumental stuff.
That's a
Monumental
nice way
stuff.
to put it. Documents.
Yes,
No, you're
monumental
flexing,
stuff.
but you're
You're a
not.
big dog. You a big
You're
dog.
flexing, but it's not. I guess it depends on where you're coming from with it. Just like if someone were to post a vacation, and they're in Bora Bora, they're not in Florida, they're not, in California, they're in Bora Bora, the Maldives.
Right.
That's a flex, but it depends on where they're coming from. Like if it's like, hey, I'm enjoying my time, I'm finally on vacation, like I'm just having a good time. Okay, cool. But there's some people who post and saying, kind of like, what is it? Nicki Minaj. But I'll show you how, go to Prague or something like that. That's flex trying to show like, hey, y'all can't be like me. So it just depends on where the person's coming from. But it is
it's
flex.
The truth though. But it's the truth though. It's the truth. So 9 out of 10 people are never ever gonna get an opportunity to go to Bora Bora. So if somebody want to go to Bora Bora and show them drinking a pina colada and being extra, I personally don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, listen,
I'm not saying it's something wrong. I'm just saying a flex is a flex.
Sure, but
no emotions into it.
You know what though? A lot of people, you know what the problem is? A lot of people, when they see other people quote unquote flexing, they take it as negative. They take it as that person being arrogant and cocky and pompous. They don't get inspired by that because they know they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to put the work in to get, to where that other person is. And because they don't want to put the work in, they don't respect the work that other person put in to get there. So they take it how they take it. But I'm someone, I get inspired when I see someone like a Floyd Mayweather, when I see someone that's really successful and they popping their stuff, and I don't get mad.
But let's actually normalize.
I get motivated.
Let's normalize, like, okay, just because someone's posting that doesn't mean I want that. Because that's all that comes from, right? It's just jealousy because you don't have what they have. So it's like, why don't you just be happy for them? Because maybe they don't want to go to Bora Bora. Maybe they're not an island person. They can't swim. I want to go to Paris. But I can still be happy for you. Go have your vacation. But let's just normalize that. Just because someone posts don't mean that that person gotta be mad.
This the thing though, and I always say this. People be like, well, like for example, for what you just said, people be like, oh, well, I don't even want to. Basically what I'm trying to say is, people will say things like, well, I'm not even interested in doing such and such, or I don't want to do such and such. But in all reality, even if they did want to do it, even if they were interested in doing it, they couldn't do it. So it's one thing to have the opportunity and the choice to do something and not want to do it. And it's another thing to not have the opportunity and not have the choice to do something and then try to say that you don't want to do it. But it's like, okay, even if you did want to do it, you wouldn't be able to do it. So you can't really say like that's not something.
It doesn't matter if you're able to do it or not. The principle is normalizing that it's okay to be happy for other people. And maybe you really don't like the water. You're more of a mountain person, but you can still rejoice with that person because they're out having a good time. But there are some people that, like you were kind of saying, where you can't do it, and they're only saying, "Oh, I don't like that," because they can't afford it.
But that's most people. That's most people.
Yeah, you think that's true?
Yes, that is true. People be hating, yo. People be hating.
Okay,
I done been.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's actually normalize that it don't gotta be hating to be like, I don't want to go to the Maldives. I don't want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go to the
Okay,
Grand
look,
Canyon.
look. When you see Noble in Dominican Republic, when you see Noble in Paris, when you see him in London, when you see
Mm-hmm.
him in Amsterdam, when you see
Mm-hmm.
him spending 16 days in Spain, when you see him in Spain and Barcelona,
Mm-hmm.
if you, and I'm not talking about you specifically, but if
I
you
got
as a person says, "Oh, yo, that looks like that's dope," like you look like you having so much fun.
right.
And then you say, but I'm not really interested in doing that. But what that doesn't happen most of the time. The acknowledgement of that other person winning and having a good time,
Mm-hmm.
that 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. What happens 9 times out of
Mm-hmm.
10 is all that person says is, well, okay, they're over there, but that's not something that I'm interested in doing. Like it's definitely it's hate, it's envy, it's jealousy. Like, okay, you might not want to do that, but you see this
Mm-hmm.
person having a good time, acknowledge that they're having a good time.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You don't gotta say, I'm not interested in that. It's in your mind. You know what I mean? Because I think all of it comes from what's in your head. Like, where are you in that moment? Like, when you see that person doing whatever, how are you feeling within yourself? Like you said, do you feel inspired, or are you going to be the person to be like, oh, you know, they went there, I would never, but in the back of the head, they wish they was there. Or that's what I'm saying. Let's normalize the neutral zone, where it's like, hey, that's cool that they're having a good time, but let's move on. Like, I'm not that pressed. I don't want to,
June.
I don't want to do that.
Someone in my chat just said, quote unquote, I wouldn't waste money on a trip. And then they put in all capital letters, you don't have money to waste. That's my point. That's what people do. And that's it does be hate. Like it does be envy, and it does be jealousy. Like if I saw you in Dubai, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, oh damn, June, like you look like you're having a good time. Like enjoy yourself while you out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say like, oh, somebody's not
Right.
gonna tell me, hey, yo, no, but you seen June out in Dubai, and I'm gonna be like, well, I don't even. That's good for her. I don't really want to go to Dubai. I don't have any interest in going to Dubai. Like nobody even asked you if you had any interest in going to Dubai. All somebody told you was that, hey, have you seen June in Dubai? Nobody asked you what you did or did not want to do. Nobody asked you what your interest level was or what it was not. So when in situations like that, when people are offering up stuff that's not being like even they're not even being asked about, it's coming from a place of envy. It's hate at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look,
I,
I
I,
so
I,
many
hear what you're,
people.
I hear what you're saying about it, but what I'm saying is let's normalize like the person not feeling, I guess, any type of way about it because they don't even see themselves being there because they genuinely don't want to do that. But they can still be happy, but in an unbiased way. But they don't have to say it. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's where you are in your head.
Don't say it if nobody didn't ask you about it
But
though.
I'm not saying say it. I'm just saying that's what you're thinking in your head. So that's why I said, why don't we just normalize,
Okay,
just someone just being happy, but you don't want you don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying.
listen, like today, right? Noble sat courtside at the game.
Yes.
Don't if nobody asked you if you have any interest in sitting courtside, don't
Mm-hmm.
offer up don't say something like, I really never had
Mm-hmm.
any I don't have any interest in sitting courtside at a game, or I wouldn't want to spend that amount of money on tickets when I could just watch it on TV. Nobody asked you that. So if nobody asks you that, don't offer up your opinion. Don't say, well, I wouldn't or I would do this. When you do that and nobody asks you about it, it's
Mm-hmm.
coming from a place of hate. And that's what a lot of people do.
Yes.
So just
Okay. I
don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all.
right. I agree with that.
Just ignore it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I do. But I just want to make sure you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying say it out loud. I'm just saying within. Just like someone could easily, like you were saying, like fake compliments, right? Even though the person out their mouth is saying, "Oh my God, you're so pretty," like you can tell, like she's being fake.
Right.
That's all.
All right. Well, June, thank you for taking this time with me, love. I will hit you up later today. All right. There's some people that want to come up here and speak. All right. So I'm gonna talk to you later.
Peace. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye.